From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big night of evenings, Lalate, as you made it to the weekend and you've made it to the fourth stimulus package. That fourth stimulus package will give you multiple stimulus checks starting in the month of July, and in this recording, we go over how, when, how much, who qualifies for, and how you get these multiple big fourth stimulus checks 2021 in this latest fourth stimulus check update today of 2021. Then we turn to the fifth stimulus package. And the fifth stimulus update for today shows you that SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, and veterans benefits will be increased in the fifth stimulus package to give you lifetime more money and new step-ups and new increases annually. I'll have all the great details about that as well. Then we turn also to third stimulus, the one that's already law from January this year. There's a series of new items that are coming out in the mail, and which one will you get, which one will you not get, which one automatic, and which one do you need to apply for. I simple it, I make it easy, and I make it breezy. And as we go into a weekend with heat heating up across the country, breezy is gonna work. Breezy is gonna work. It's starting to heat up here in Los Angeles, but hope you are good and safe where you are. And this is Evenings Lalate. It's a beautiful night and a Friday night. Thank you for joining me on Evenings Lalate as Americans go into the weekend and also go into a road tour of the fourth stimulus check package and the fifth stimulus package as the American president goes across the country to debut to the people what's in the fourth stimulus package. But in this recording, I'm going to show you what's also going to be added by congressional leaders. He doesn't write the bill, they do. And they're going to add certain things in there. Fourth stimulus package, they're going to add in stimulus checks. And fifth stimulus package, they're going to add in there SSI reform. But what else should they add in there? I'm going to go over that as well. How are you? I'm so excited you joined me. It's going to be a great broadcast tonight. And stay to the very end because there's a lot of stuff in this recording. Make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. We're now 1 year old in just a few days. And no, I did not do a 365-day... My first 365 days in this office, I have not done a recording of that. Maybe that'll be this weekend. But if you've not liked this video, please like the video. 3,000 likes. It really helps in the algorithm ranking. And if you not become a member, consider becoming a member. You get access to all the PDFs, especially the items in the fourth and fifth stimulus package. The links at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. All right, let's get to the big, bold, beautiful news. That is the fourth stimulus package. It is the incredible package that will start in May and end in July. Over the next few days, you're going to see certain things from the president, but some of the things you won't see will be the following. That the bill will have to go by reconciliation. He's not going to get Republican support, but yet he's going to go across the country to the American people to debut the fourth stimulus package as though he's trying to get bipartisan support. He's not. And the reconciliation process starts in May, ends in September, ends in July, sorry to worry you there, ends in July, and then ends with a stimulus check. Let's go over all the nuances and all the details. The House members want those stimulus checks to be monthly, and they have introduced the actual legislation. They want those stimulus checks to go monthly, and they want them to go far more months than the senators want. Let's compare it. The House members want those stimulus checks for the remainder of the pandemic, plus an additional year. So if the pandemic has 6 more months, they want 18 months of stimulus checks. The senators, on the other hand, want those stimulus checks to go between now and December. Who are the movers and shakers? The House members are more progressives, the senators are more moderates. And then we go over the amounts. Now that you know how many checks, let's go over the amounts. The House members, $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. Very easy breezy. And then the senators, the amount of the monthly check is unknown, but word on the street is this. $2,000 a month for 6 months, $12,000 a person. $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400 a person. The numbers you're looking at on the screen are per person. So let's go over the income qualifications, who gets it, how you get it, and when you get it. Very simple. First, Who gets it? Same income qualifications as a third stimulus package. So if you make less than $75,000, you get it. 150,000 married couple, you get it. Just double the the amount of the check. Household 4 or less, you get it. Just 4 checks, quadruple the amount. And then if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, you get these checks. Next, when? You get the checks in July. The vote would be no later than July 4th, says Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi, and you get the checks in July. Does this mean we get a check for the month of July later on? No, it means you get a check for the month of July in the month of July. I'm making it very clear. They're going to get these checks out in one wave, not in subsequent multiple waves. This is not the third stimulus package. They can't afford to do multiple waves because this is a monthly check. Everyone has to get paid on time and in one wave, and away we go. 4 stimulus checks will go out in the month of July for July, month of August for August. Is it taxable? No. Is it income? No. Does it disqualify me from benefits? Nope. Not at all. Very straightforward. The 4th stimulus package, which I'm going over now, and the 5th stimulus package, which I'm going over later in this recording, stay to the very end, are very similar in many regards. First, they're procedurally the same. They are both going to go by a process called a reconciliation process. Second, they both are provisions that the president will make recommendations what he wants to be written, but he doesn't write the bills. Congress writes the bills, and Congress is going to be adding in certain things, which they've already told us. Congress has already said for the 4th stimulus package, we're adding in the multiple stimulus checks. Senators have their idea. The House members have their idea, both monthly, just different amounts and different time frames. For the 5th stimulus package, coming up in the fall and later in this recording, same thing. They are going to write the bill, Congress, and they have already said, House and Senate members, we're putting in the SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad Benefits reform. And to make it even clear, because some of you have been asking, why was it not in the 4th stimulus package? Why was it not on the 3rd? They actually mention that. They say it should have been. And guess what? We're not waiting around any longer. They say, we're putting it in the 5th. There we go. So the 4th stimulus package, multiple stimulus checks starting July, going to the end of this year. Now, you may say, but Lalate, that just looks like a lot of money compared to last year. Well, this ain't last year. Last year, the Republicans didn't want to give you more than a couple $100 billion at a single time. $200 billion. Remember Mitch wanted to give you $200 billion one time? This administration, over 9 months, wants to spend upwards of $9 trillion. And you can see later in this recording that the president is actually proposing to spend upwards of $75,000 a person for certain types of relief. So your $8,000 or $12,000 pales in comparison. And that is your 4th stimulus check and your 4th stimulus package. Now let's go over the reconciliation process so you understand what the reconciliation process is. It is a 2-step process that ultimately results with this, but that 2-step process needs to be explained. First, they start with writing a bill that says, do you agree to do a reconciliation? House members, Democrats, do you agree? Yes. Senate Democrats, do you agree? Yes. Off to the president, signed into law. The Republicans can't block it. It has nothing to do with Republicans. You don't need a single vote to pass a reconciliation procedural bill. Then they go back and do the reconciliation substantive bill, and they don't need any Republican votes for that either. The reconciliation substantive bill for the 4th stimulus starts with adding in what the president has asked for: climate, roads, infrastructure, green air, things like that. And then the House members add in what they want to add in. If they want to put in stimulus checks, they can. If they want to leave it for the senators to put it in, they can do that as well. When the senators get the bill, it's a 2-day event, the final 2 days of the entire process. The entire 2-month process comes down to the final 48 hours. And during those final 48 hours, those congressional senators say, we're doing a vote-a-rama. It's actually in the bylaws, a vote-a-rama. And during those 2 days, they agree to the amendments they want to put into the 4th stimulus package. And those amendments will include multiple stimulus checks. Now, before I get to 5th stimulus, I want to go over some things that you absolutely categorically need to know. I refer to the viewers of this channel as the purple power. Purple power also refers to the economic activism of this channel, where people push and advocate for things. You need to advocate when you need to advocate. And what I want you to know about is what should potentially be put into the fourth stimulus package as well, but has yet to been talked about. And so if you want to start the narrative, it's time to start talking about it. First, all the business grants. Second, all the unemployment assistance. And third, all the rental assistance ends in the third stimulus package. And they end by September. So if you want them to be continued past September, you want to advocate for them to be put into the fourth stimulus package. EIDL, PPP, going away. Going away. There's no mention of them in the fourth after the third stimulus package. So if you think they should be continued, make a push for it. Second, rent eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, even the rent assistance, utility assistance, homeowner assistance, going away after the fourth stimulus package, after the third stimulus package. If you want it in the fourth stimulus package this May to July, make the push now. And then finally, PEUC, FPUC, and PUA also going away. So if you want to make the push for that, make it now. Remember, it only takes 1 minute of those final 48 hours during the votorama to add in something, to fix something by those senators. And if senators put something in that are Democrats, the House Democrats are going to approve it as well, and the president will. So obviously, it only takes one very good push by you to get something done. And that's your fourth stimulus package. All right. Before I cut to the exciting details of fifth stimulus package, let me explain what it is generally. And after the commercial break, I'll go into all the details. Fifth stimulus package is this September. And it would start in September and end around October, November. And this is the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, Veterans Benefits, and SSA reform. This would raise your benefits up to a big new number, and it would reform the entire system across the board. It's an addition to the fourth stimulus package. It is absolutely categorically incredible, and that fifth stimulus push is happening this fall. What is it? How does it work? How much money is involved? Stay with me. That's coming up in the second half of this recording. But before I get to that, I want to go over something else, which is what's happening in the next few days and next few weeks. It's the remaining items of the third stimulus package that have not been paid out and are starting to be paid out. And I got to tell you, there's a series of YouTube channels that are simply spewing incorrect information, causing a lot of people to get confused. So I want to clarify this information so you're informed. And also, some tax advisors are not up to date, so they're confusing their viewers as well. I'm surprised by that one. So let me go over all the details starting right now. First, the rent, the utilities, the homeowner's assistance, mortgages, property tax assistance, other items, those are going live in the month of May. Those are from the third stimulus. They have yet to land. Next, the EIDL grant of $5,000 has yet to go live. We're watching that. The shuttered venue grant just went live, and the restaurant grant has not gone live. But what is also going live in the month of May is the IRS refund for people who paid taxes on the first $10,200 of their unemployment. This is one of those subjects that absolutely has been butchered by other YouTube channels, telling viewers that they're getting a check of $10,200. No one, repeat, no one is getting a check for $10,200. That's not what's happening. They simply just are either misinformed or they're doing clickbait. Let me explain what's going on. The rule of the third stimulus package is that the first $10,200 of your unemployment from federal taxes is not taxable. So here's what you need to know. What IRS has determined is that if you have already filed a 2020 tax return and paid taxes on that unemployment from 2020, then they will refund to you the taxes you paid on that first $10,200. They're not sending you a check of $10,200, and they're not sending you your entire tax bill back to you. Rather, of the $10,200 that you pay taxes on, let's say you paid $85 of taxes on it, they're sending you back a check of $85. Even if your entire tax burden that year was $1,000, they're just sending back the amount that you paid taxes on of the $10,200. only if you filed a 2020 tax return and already paid taxes. You're not making money on the situation. They're just refunding the money that you pay taxes on. The taxes, they're refunding the taxes you paid to them. You're not making a profit on it. Second, the children's check that starts in the month of July is also getting butchered. This is if your child is 5 to newborn or 17 to 6. It's either $3,600 or $3,000, $250 a month or $300 a month. Here's what you need to know. You are getting the check if you file tax returns and the IRS knows the child exists, and you make less than $75,000. End of discussion. It's that simple. So some people have been told you don't get it if you're on SSI or SSDI. Not true. Not true. The only two qualifications is they know the child exists and you make less than $75,000. Done. So here is when you would not get the check. Obviously, you know what the answer is going to be. 1, you don't file tax returns, so they don't know the child's with you. They don't even know the child exists. They don't even know it's your child. Is that your baby? Have I seen you on Maury? I don't know that's your child. That's the first problem. Second, you do file tax returns, but you had the child just recently and they don't know the child exists because it's not on the most recent tax return. Or you had a child since the last tax return and they don't know about that either. So if you have not alerted IRS to the fact that you have that child and you made less than $75,000 in 2020, you need to go to the tax preparer ASAP. Finally, people think that this check is for 2020's tax year. I know it's very strange. It's not. It's for the 2021 tax year. For next year, it's an advance for next year. And with that, people have also been confused by the president of all people, because his first stimulus package is called infrastructure or jobs. Every day it's a different name. And the fifth stimulus package in the fall is now called family. It was originally called the teachers. And people just assume because of the name that there's nothing there for them. For example, in the fall one, they say, well, it's just for the families. I don't have any kids. This doesn't apply to you. There's actually hazard pay in the fifth stimulus package. There is actually money for seniors in the fifth stimulus package. So his naming of things and his is not helping him because it's making it sound very restrictive. It's a way to publicize the event. But in the same regard, by naming it with a very restrictive word like families, and if you're a single person, you think it's not for you, that's that is a shortcoming of the way the president's naming the packages. But that's why you're tuning into me. And I'm going to make it very clear and easy breezy for you after the commercial break. I'll be back in 60 seconds with the latest update on the fifth stimulus package and the other big moolah coming to you. Stay with me. I'll be back in 60 seconds with this and more. But first, here's a little bit about the community page and the money, rent, and utilities and food you can get right now from the volunteers. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA. And the excitement continues later on Lalate at 10 p.m. LA Late Night returns in 2 hours from now. That's the irreverent only, humor only broadcast with Javita Late and Sir Lloyd. It's a humor-only broadcast, so there's no information in that video coming up after this. And boy, I want to really thank everyone this week for just a lot of love. There's been a lot of love on this channel. People have been very, very kind to each other. People have been very inviting to each other. If you're in the live chat and you're a newbie, if you're a new face, say, hi, I'm a new face, and introduce yourself to someone else. That's one of the things I'm trying to still fix. When new people join the channel, sometimes they feel like that it's a little cliquish and they're trying to meet other people and interact. So try to go out of your way to say hello to someone new and say, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Invite them to this community and be part of a wonderful family of people that treat each other so wonderfully. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You see how I value everyone's kindness to one another on this channel. Also, like this video, 3,000 likes, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link is at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. All right, so the fifth stimulus package this fall, while called the Family's Plan, is not just for families. It's not just for families, it's for single people. And what I'm going to go over first is the incredible SSI reform, and then I'm going to go over what else is in there for people not on benefits and for single people. How are you? Let's get to it. First, that incredible letter in the last 7 days details how extensive this incredible reform will be. Let me go over all the details of the reform starting right now. The reform will come from Democratic senators and House members, again, not from the president, and let's go over the details. They'll increase your benefit levels, increase the asset limit, a tied inflationary benchmark, then remove the marriage penalty, and then remove the income penalty. Very easy to understand. Now let me go over the specifics of it for you right now. First, they're going to raise everyone's benefits up. So SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, and SSA. All your benefits would be raised up to a new number is what they're proposing. Then they're going to tie your benefits now to inflation. Goodbye, COLA. COLA hasn't been moving for decades, and it's going to be pushed to the curb. Inflation is projected to grow 2 to 4% over the next few years, but if inflation goes to the roof, so too do your benefits because they're tied to inflation. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, which some of you have. It dates back to a 1984 law that says some of you can't keep more than $3,000 on account. They're getting rid of that. And they are getting rid of the 1962 law about the income cap that says you can't work and stay on benefits past a certain dollar figure. They're throwing that to the curb and now allowing you to work. If you do want to work, you don't have to. $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $12,000, $24,000 a month, a year, and still stay on benefits. It's incredible. And finally, if you know what the marriage penalty is, if you have been a victim of the marriage penalty, then you absolutely know how awful it is. They're getting rid of it. If you don't know what it is, then you haven't been a victim to it. That is the SSI reform under the fifth stimulus package. So then you're going to ask me, when would this happen? I think it's about November. Remember, this is again a recon. The recon always takes 2 months. If they started in September, they would get it done by October-ish, early November. So I think the first benefit impact would be the month of November. And so that is the add-on to the fifth stimulus package from those Democrats. So what you also need to know is that there are other items that are in the fifth stimulus package in addition to just that. And I'm going to go over them right now. And what's important for you to understand is that they are not just for schools. It's not just for children. There's actually money for other people. And stay to the very end because that heats up on the end of this list. So first items are for children. They're first going to provide high-quality childcare, ensuring families own a portion of their income toward childcare services. A national comprehensive paid family and medical sick leave program. But let me pause there. That's not just for children. So that one is the paid family and medical sick leave. And while you hear the word family, it's also for single individuals. I haven't detailed it a lot on this channel. I detailed it maybe a few days ago, and I'll cover it maybe this weekend. This is as simple as even a single individual who has a stalker, you will get 12 weeks of paid income. Yeah, so this is actually even for single individuals. All right, the next one's for children. Free preschool for 3 to 4 year olds, all ages, all students, and then 2 free years of community college then money for Pell's grant, and then money for more grants for college retention. Let me stop at that point. First, I love the grants. It's incredible. I think they should spend a lot more money on grants. The third stimulus package provides $1,700 for college students. If you haven't got to that, you need to reach out to your college advisor. It's not automatic. You have to apply for it. But here's my opinion of the situation. I don't like the two freebies in there. I think there needs to be an income cap on that. So it says free preschool for 3 to 4 year olds. Well, that includes billionaires, 3 to 4 year olds, the way it's written, and 2 free years of community college. That includes kids who are college students who are sons and daughters of billionaires. Why are we paying for it? So I think there should be a cap, income cap. I think it should be free community college and free preschool for single parents, 75,000 or less, or married couple, 150,000 or less. Same as a stimulus check. It should not be everyone's free. Then 39. Then money for 2 years of college if the single parent made 125,000 or less. Again, I don't like this. This is way too high. If the single parent is making 6 figures, why are we paying for their kids' tuition? Now, I think the income qualification again should be the same as a stimulus check: 75,000 single individual or married couple, 150 or less. Then they can get it. More money for child nutritional needs and summer EBT. I like this. I don't think it's enough. I'd spend a lot more money on SNAP. SNAP has been one of the big success stories of 2021. It's been a big success story for the viewers of this channel. Countless viewers never heard of it until they tuned into this channel. What is SNAP? It's free food. If you're on SSI and SSDI, you can get it. Someone dropped in the comments yesterday you can't get it. Absolutely untrue. So it's free food. In the state of Hawaii, for example, a family of 4 is normally $1,400, but because of a Trump executive order and a Biden executive order, it's now increased 15% for 1 year. So you could receive upwards of $16,000 over the year 2021 for free food. Now, what I would do under the fifth stimulus package is I would extend the increase of 15%. It's not a lot of increase, it's 15%, or even enhance it, bring it up higher. It also proposes to increase the add-on for young children. They got a 15% increase. I would increase it as well. Remember, if you have money for food, then that's one less bill you don't have to pay for. And one less bill you don't have to pay for means that you can have that money used for something else, like a dental procedure or fixing your car. And remember, that money for food is not just for children. This is for seniors. This is for adults. This is a lot of money for SNAP. Then seeks to make permanent the insurance premium modification in the third stimulus package. This is also for seniors. There was an insurance premium provision put into law in the third stimulus package. I don't go over too much because it's a little confusing, but they're trying to make that permanent. I love that. And then come the last 3 items, the most controversials. Let me go over the least controversial first one, which is the child care tax credit. This is where you have child care costs. The current law under the third stimulus package is if you have 1 child, you can deduct up to 50% of it, or $5,000 cap. 2 or more children, up to 50%, $8,000 cap. The fifth stimulus proposes to make it a permanent law. I love it. I love it. I just think it should be more money. If you have 4 kids and your child care costs are $30,000 because you got 4 kids, they're only going to give you $8,000. They're only going to give you 20% of the 4 kids' costs. I don't like it. I think it should be more money on the high end. If you're spending the money, what does it cost the government to have it as a tax deduction? It doesn't cost them anything. It should be a tax deduction if you're spending the money. So I love this one, but I think it needs to be bigger. The second one is the earned income tax credit, hazard pay, single parent, single individual. So I like this one. I just think it needs to be bigger and bolder as well. Earned income tax credit dates back many, many years, over 10 years. And under the third stimulus package, it was made bigger and made more easier to apply for. What is it under third stimulus package? It is 19 years or older, $25,000 earned or less, you get a $1,504 tax credit, the earned income tax credit, what I also call the hazard pay. So they want to make that permanent. I'd make this much bigger, folks. I'd make this much bigger. First, I'd make the amount more than $1,500. I mean, what's $1,500? Make it a lot bigger. Second, I would remove the $25,000 cap. I would just make it much higher. I've had countless viewers say, I made $30,000 and I'm not getting squat. Yeah, that's the number one complaint I hear about the earned income tax credit. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that people who worked can't get the tax credit for it. It doesn't make sense. Finally, the most controversial one, and the one that I don't like, and the one that you generally don't like, which is to make permanent the child care credit. That's the $3,600, the $3,000, currently under the third stimulus package. Let's just call it $4,000 to make it an easy number. The Biden fifth stimulus package proposal proposes to make it a 6-year rule, which means that 17-year-old will get $24,000. Oh boy. Well, I have to say, 11-year-old will get $24,000 because it has to be for 6 years. So it's just too much money. It's too much money. It absolutely just makes no sense. That's the first problem I have with it. The second problem I have with it is a more strategic problem. The person who has to write this stimulus package when it goes to the House floor, remember the tow hitch, is Representative Neal. And he has introduced a bill within 24 hours of this one that says, no, I'll do what the president originally wanted to do, which the president's now pulled back on. I'll do it for lifetime. So if the child is born today, over 17 years, Neal wants to give them money, which will be $80,000. Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. So ultimately, there you go. There's your third stimulus package, your fourth stimulus package, and your fifth stimulus package. I hope you've enjoyed this fourth stimulus check update today for 2021, this fifth stimulus check update 2021 for today, and this third stimulus check update. Understand that there's a lot to get done, and there's a lot that could still get modified for the benefit. If you want to push with those particular items, certainly push. Meantime, I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2 hours from now with Javid Lalate and Sir Lloyd. I mean, I assume he wants to see you. I just, never know with that cow. But that's coming up in 2 hours from now. Let me show you again that programming schedule. In 2 hours from now, I'm back with you with LA Late Night. Again, that is a humor-only broadcast. So if you don't like humor, you want more information, or you need more information on these subjects, watch Afternoons LA, which was right before the show. This will be the final informative video for you for today. The next one is a humor-only broadcast to put up our feed and laugh and just get through the pandemic as friends and family. And with that, thank you for joining me on a big night of Evenings Lalate. It's been a great evening. I'm so excited you have joined me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. 400,000 subscribers in 1 year. It's a YouTube record. I want you to grow this channel, make this channel big, bold, and #1 across the board. So make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends and friends and family to come on over. Also, like this video. 3,000 likes. Share the video on Facebook. Share the video on Twitter. Share the video on Instagram. Tell people to come over this channel, and also consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay.